Hay has some representations. It represents the breath of the Almighty, the divine revelation, and His light. That is the foundation of hay is the breath of God, divine revelation, and His light. Why? Because light is something that brings revelation. It reveals something. Light is mentioned 5 times in the first day of creation, go figure, which is the number of hay. Light, or in Hebrew, is mentioned 5 times in the first day of creation, which is the number. Do you think that's coincidence? There is a connection. Everything, if we could put together all the coincidences just found probably in the first chapter of our Bible, you could write another 66 books just about connecting the dots that we can't even see. He's a very big God, and He is very good at what He does. Everything He does is for a reason. The breath, it is composed of a yod inside the Dalet, and it's pronounced only with breath. So the hay is amazing because it's not a guttural sound. It's pronounced not with the lips. It is pronounced just with breath. Hay. And so there's a very powerful, anytime you have a silent letter or a letter that is coming from just breath, you are connecting with the Ruach. You're connecting with the Spirit, because the Spirit is like wind, it is like air, it moves across the vocal cords and creates a sound. And we're dealing with the Spirit. We'll dig into that as we move through this as well. Psalms 33 verse 6 says, "By the word of the Lord were the heavens made, and by the host of them, by the breath of His mouth." By the breath of His mouth, the host of all of heaven was made. Let's continue. Colossians 1:16, "For by Him were all things created that are in heaven, that are in earth, visible and invisible." That means there's invisible things that are created. "Whether they are thrones or dominions, principalities, powers," let me add this, "of this present darkness. All things were created by Him and for Him." And of course, we're talking about, in context here, Yeshua. And so as we connect the Old, what we call the Old Testament, was really the Hebrew Scriptures, and the Brit Hadashah, the New Testament, what we see that the letter He, the 5 lights, is connected on the first day of creation to Yeshua. How do we know that? What does Yeshua say? He says, "I am the light." He is the Or. He is those 5. He is the 5 lights on the first day of creation.
Come and join us as we travel back in time 4,000 years ago to discover exactly where the holidays of Christmas, Easter, and even Valentine's Day come from. Why do we celebrate the birth of Jesus on December 25th? Whose birthday really is on December 25th? Where did we come up with December 25th? Where did the star on top of the Christmas tree come from? Where did the Christmas tree itself come from? Where did St. Nicholas come from? Are we sure that St. Nicholas even existed? Have you ever wondered where the famous phrase, "ho, ho, ho," comes from? It comes from the late 1600s when they used to have plays, and before the devil would come on stage, he would announce himself by saying, "Ho, ho, ho." Did you know that original Santa's elves weren't little guys that made toys? They were Krampus demons that would punish the children if they weren't good for that year, while St. Nicholas would give them gifts if they were good. Who is the Easter Bunny? Where do we get Easter eggs from? Why do we celebrate Easter on the first Sunday after the vernal equinox? Did you know that Christmas was illegal in the United States until the mid-1800s? Can we celebrate these holidays according to the Bible? This is by far the most popular video on the internet on the history of Christmas and Easter. This video has changed hundreds of thousands of people's lives, and it will change your life too.